So many people put on probation here in Florida. It's insane. And the violations keep coming. I know some of you feel like it's all over. I definitely violated. I am screwed. I understand that. Over 30 years of defending violations of probation. And I've seen some people that really could have gotten into a lot of trouble on their violations, but fortunately they acted fast and they got out of that trouble. And I want to talk to you today about an interesting case. It was recent. It is Jonathan Del Corral. It's a 5th District Court of Appeal case. And Del Corral was put on probation for battery domestic violence, a misdemeanor. He got a year of probation on February 1st. Now, here's the thing. By February 15th, he had not shown up for probation, but it was ordered by the judge that he report to probation within 72 hours, right? And pay the probation fees and all that. 2 weeks later, probation's like, I haven't seen this guy. And they filed a violation. He went to hearing and he was given 9 months for violating this misdemeanor probation. A lot of you don't realize that the jail time that comes with misdemeanor violations of probation can be a little harsher than we would like it to be. But here's what happened with Del Corral. He gets an address for probation and he shows up at that address and nobody's there. And then he shows up another day during office hours and nobody's there. Somebody wandering around the area was like, dude, this probation office has shut down and they moved the probation office. Your paperwork just has an old address. So then he goes to the new address and they're closed. So he just can't reach anybody. But on top of that, he calls probation. For those of you who have tried to call probation, you know that this is a nightmare. However, he called every probation officer on the phone tree. You know, just kind of went through the alphabet, explained, hey, I'm Mr. Del Corral. I was sentenced to a year of probation. I can't find your office. Nobody's returning my call. He literally left a message for every probation officer on the alphabetical phone tree on their answering service. The judge didn't buy any of this and went ahead and violated him and gave him 9 months jail. But what's interesting about this case is he appeals it up to the 5th District Court of Appeal, and the 5th District Court of Appeal overturns his violation and says this was not a willful violation. The reason it wasn't willful is, yes, he was ordered to report within 72 hours. But no, he was given the wrong address. He tried that address. He tried the other address, and he made numerous calls trying to reach these people. So folks, there is a couple lessons here. The first lesson is, I don't know why his attorney didn't get involved or why he didn't get his attorney involved earlier, but I can tell you that we can avoid violations before they happen if you just reach out to us and say, I can't reach these people. I will find them, okay? If you are my client, we will find these people. Number two, what you have to realize is that you can win these violation battles like Del Corral. He won. The appellate court said the judge shouldn't have violated you, shouldn't have given you the 9 months jail. But you know what? By the time this appeal went through, and it just came out a couple days ago, well, he had already served his 9 months. So it can take so long to be right on these violations of probation that you are better off getting an attorney involved early before the violation hits so that we can sort out something like this. And another lesson, this is pretty basic. I do not understand why it is that probation officers typically do not answer their phones or do not return calls. This is a pattern that I am constantly seeing. So Del Corral, unfortunately, kept calling, and calling is not always the best option when it comes to probation because the level of customer service here is really piss poor. I mean, no company could ever survive giving this level of customer service. However, they are government funded and they get to provide very poor service. What this man experienced was very poor service. Multiple calls, multiple visits, no return call. One person could have picked up that phone, called him back and said, here's the name of your probation officer, come in on this date, have a nice day. And you and I wouldn't be having a conversation about this case. So my recommendation is avoid a violation, avoid an arrest, avoid the 9 months jail on a misdemeanor violation that this guy went through. by getting your attorney involved in that process. When you hit that speed bump early, pick up the phone to your attorney, get this thing smoothed out, and then you will be thankful later that you didn't have to go through the 9-month jail on the violation. If you do have a violation in Central Florida, of course, this is what I've been defending for over 30 years. I hope that you will give my office a call. We'd love to help you out. We'd also like your help, by the way. You can help us just by liking this, hearting it. I don't even know what symbols they got on the screen right now. Whatever they are, thank you for pressing them, and thanks for watching.